Hello everybody, my name is rexyplayz, and it has been a long time since I have, uploaded a video at all, or anything. I think it's been about 10 months, it's been a long time, yeah. School, stuff like that has kinda prevented me from, wanting to be motivated on, uploading videos and whatnot. But here I am, giving you a new video. So yeah, and I just graduated from high school finally. So yeah, now it's just college, and anyways, the main topic of this video is about the new frickin' movie, Mad Max, not Fury Road, Furiosa, Mad Max Saga. And man, that movie was not quite what I expected, but in a very good way, honestly. It's different in a good way, actually. And honestly, to be honest, I mean, I only have a few problems with that movie, and that's it. And it's just honestly the CGI. To be honest, literally lately every single movie has had such crappy CGI, so I just don't mind. Just what makes this movie different but also very good is just in Fury Road, it's not focused at all on the what the characters are about, what's their story, and what their motivation is, or why they're doing this, and everything. Pretty much, we get very little of that, and it just focuses more on the action, on the cinematography, and just fights and everything. It's different from Furiosa. Furiosa is just basically all about the characters, all about the storyline. It tells us about a lot of plots that we never got in, or details that we never received in Fury Road. We got to know, more about the characters, like about, of course, Furiosa, because that's the movie's about her, of course, and introduces new storylines for different characters. Like if you guys have seen Fury Road, the doctor, that one doctor. We get to know more about that doctor in Furiosa. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, sorry, but if you, I'm not going to be giving away that many spoilers here, actually. So I'm going to be quite brief, very subtle about everything. I'm not going to give away any major spoilers. Just, I guess, little things on what I thought about the movie, like about the ending, story, and everything. Just like my opinion. Just not gonna say exactly what happened, but pretty much. What was I saying? Right. So pretty much what the whole movie was basically all about was just focus more on the characters, focus more on the story, focus more on the origins of the wasteland and Mad Max. Focus on the locations of places, like an example, like the Citadel, a Bullet Farm, or Gasoline Town. Those places that were featured in Fury Road. We got to learn more about that in Furiosa. And actually, if you guys remember the character Immortan Joe, we got to learn more about him as well. And actually, in God rest his soul, the actor, that used to play Immortan Joe, he passed away, and I kind of didn't think anybody would be able to play the role as good as him. But honestly, somebody managed to play a pretty good job, as Immortan Joe, like a younger version of him, like a few years before Fury Road, since that's where it takes place in Furiosa. But the one character besides Furiosa who I was so impressed with was definitely Dementis. I think that was his name. Yeah, Dr. Dementis. Chris Hemsworth does such a damn good job as him. I mean, I'm just very, very impressed. I mean, after seeing, you know, Thor: Love and Thunder, I actually only watched like a quarter way through it because it was bad. All right, that's what I really thought about Thor: Love and Thunder. It was just one crappy movie. It was just disappointing. But man, was I pleased by how good Chris Hemsworth was as Dementus in that. I mean, he had an entirely different voice, different from how he usually sounds in movies, you know, like usually he sounds like either with an English accent or, you know, Australian accent or, you know, an American accent, but his accent was, it was of course Australian too, but his tone, the tone just sounded so different, just so comical yet just crazy, insane, just gives off psychopath vibes, and just all for it. It was just really awesome to see him at that. And a lot of people have been saying that he was equivalent to like Heath Ledger's Joker, and honestly I agree. I mean, he had that like that silly comedic, you know, like attitude, you know, vibe and everything pretty much. And honestly, that's just what I simply loved about him. I mean, like I also kind of think that he was a lot like if any of you have seen, I think it was Spectre or Skyfall. No, it was Skyfall. I think one of those James Bond movies. He was a lot like, he kind of felt a lot like what's his name? That Javier Bardem character in that one. I forgot his name. But he also acted a little bit like that in my opinion. Honestly, he did this. Like his character, and like if I were to describe his character, he was pretty much like just like silly, just freaking comedic, like just very insane, and was cruel at times. And honestly, it was just he just did a really good job in Furiosa. I'm just highly impressed by that. So honestly, you know, props to Chris Hemsworth for that. And also another person I'm also really impressed by is, you know, Furiosa. I mean, Anya Taylor-Joy did such a great job as playing Furiosa. I didn't think she would actually be, you know, that good, honestly, but yeah, she actually surpassed my expectations on how, you know, how she would act pretty much, and it was just so cool seeing that, to be honest, just really cool. And yeah, pretty much, that's, I'm trying to think on what else I was going to say. Oh yeah, right. Like, I really like how they told us, what really truly motivated her, like what exactly, you know, made her the way she is, like, you know, what solidified her character completely, you know, like, I'm not gonna say anything about what exactly does, but like, it's pretty insane. It was pretty, you know, just, it was something that was just, wow, I was just pretty amazed. Introduced to us a bunch of new characters that, honestly, I was just really, you know, stoked by seeing. And honestly, even though it wasn't as action-packed as, you know, Furio, to be honest, it was still pretty good. It was still pretty good. Like, it had plenty of action that was awesome. I mean, the dialogue, just the cinematography that was shown in the movie was just pretty awesome. It somehow still felt the same, even though it was just completely different from Fury Road, Furiosa. It still hit the same. But honestly, yeah. Essentially, if I were to, you know, like just rate this movie, I'd probably just honestly rate this movie possible. Honestly, an 8.5 out of 10. The reason I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10 is because, like I said in the beginning, the only problem I had with literally Furiosa was the CGI. Like, there were so many scenes that had like the characters, the vehicles that were just not done really well. It just looked really crappy and all. Like, even in the trailer, I noticed it at first, and I was like, well, maybe it's just the trailer, you know, it just, maybe that's how it just looked in the trailer, but no, the CGI in the movie was just awful, just definitely freaking god awful. I mean, just really disappointed by that, but yeah. pretty much all I have to say about Furiosa, pretty much. I mean, yeah, the characters, got to know more about the characters, the storyline, more about, more Joe and everything. We were introduced to a new villain, which was quite incredible, quite remarkable, and honestly, just Chris Hemsworth did such a phenomenal job at acting as his character, and I saw some interviews and read some articles about how he was really happy about playing Dementus and that kind of stuff, and honestly, it was just really fun seeing him as that role. So yeah, and honestly, I can't wait. I honestly just hope to see not a prequel, but like a sequel on what happens next for the universe of Mad Max, the Wasteland or whatever. So yeah, overall, pretty good movie. Not quite what I expected, which in a good way. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about that movie. Hope you guys enjoyed my critic and my thoughts about the movie, and let your thoughts be known in the comments below if you'd like to share. But yeah, that's all I've got to say about the movie. So see you guys later. Have a good day, and see you later.